Welcome to UMBC's undergraduate commencement exercises. The ceremony will begin in just a few minutes. First, a few housekeeping notes. We would like you to take a moment to note the emergency exits throughout the building. Pay particular attention to the ones nearest to you in case you need them in an emergency. Also, emergency medical services are available on the concourse level behind section 101. Parents, for safety reasons, please do not allow children to climb on the railings. During the ceremony, please do not leave your seats to take photographs or videos. Aisles must remain clear at all times, and guests are not allowed on the main floor. Out of courtesy to our graduates and guests, we ask that you please turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices, and that you stay until the end of the ceremony. Finally, our commencement program lists all the names of students eligible to participate in this ceremony, whether or not they are present. Some names may not appear in the program if the student did not submit a graduate application on time, or the names were not received by the final printing deadline. Now, please turn your attention to the far end of the event center floor, where the commencement procession will enter. The procession of undergraduates is led by the Students' Marshal, Dr. Mark Zupin, the 2017 recipient of the Presidential Teaching Professor Award and Associate Professor of Mechanical Engineering and Graduate Program Director. The faculty and staff procession is led by the Faculty Marshal, Dr. Sarah Shin, the 2017 Presidential Research Professor and Professor of Education and Special Assistant to the Provost for Academic Initiatives. She is joined by Staff Marshal Ms. Wendy Martin, the 2017 recipient of the Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Professional Staff and Director of Technology Development, and Ms. Cheryl Johnson, the 2012 recipient of the Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Non-Exempt Staff and Grant Specialist for the Office of Contract and Grant Accounting. The faculty, staff, and students marshals are carrying batons that the UMBC Alumni Association gave to the university in honor of our 40th anniversary in 2006. The platform party is led by the Grand Marshal, Dr. Kimberly Moffitt, President of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor of American Studies and the Language, Literacy, and Culture PhD program. The Grand Marshal carries the University Mace, a symbol of presidential authority. Used only on formal academic occasions, it is carried in the procession immediately before the president. UMBC's mace was commissioned by the Alumni Association for UMBC's 20th anniversary in 1986.
The 70th commencement of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County will now be in order. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem, sung by Ms. Dana Prashowski, a senior graduating today with a major in vocal performance. Ms. Prashowski will pursue her master's in vocal pedagogy at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, and she is honored to represent the music department. Gentlemen, please remove your hats or caps during the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' rays glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A thank you to Dana. That was a wonderful rendition, and we wish her well in her future career. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now be seated. I am now pleased to introduce UMBC's president, Dr. Freeman Hrabowski.
Good morning. Good morning again. It is. We ordered this weather for you graduates and your families. Let's start again by letting Dana know how impressed we were with that singing of that wonderful rendition. I am delighted to welcome you today, and before I continue, you are the first undergraduate commencement in this facility. Give this facility and yourselves a round. So this afternoon, I'll tell them they're the second group in the facility. I'll actually say you're the first on the first day of it, right? So everybody can feel good about that. We are delighted that you're here. In addition to this ceremony, we had the graduate ceremony yesterday where we had hundreds of students earning masters and others with PhDs. This dignified ceremony is very special to our graduates, their families, and this community. And so as we celebrate today, we ask first that you remain here until the end of the ceremony. We always find that UMBC's families are wonderful in supporting us in keeping the dignity of the ceremony, even as we celebrate. Earlier this month, we had another ceremony that recognized some very special seniors. We conducted people into the prestigious Phi Beta Kappa. People who were inducted, please stand and let people see who we are. Phi Beta Kappa. And earlier, we also had this month the induction into the oldest all-discipline honor society, Phi Kappa Phi. Would you please stand? Would all of the students wearing red cords please stand? Red cords, please stand. These are students who earned a 4.0. That's amazing. Straight A's. Congratulations to all of you. Very impressive. It's especially impressive because our faculty really don't believe in grade inflation, so they actually earn those 4.0s, I guarantee it. Graduates, this is a special time for all of you. I want you to stand, graduates, and let your families know how much you love and appreciate them for all they've done. Graduates, stand and applaud the families, please. The older we get, the more we realize there's nothing more important than our lives and our families and our dear friends. And now I want the faculty and staff to stand, and I want all of us to applaud all that they do to support our students, faculty and staff. And now I'm going to ask all members of the dais of the platform to stand, our vice presidents, our deans, members of the President's Council, campus senates, representatives of the SGA, the presidential faculty and staff award recipients. Would you please applaud them and please stand and let them see who you are, the leaders of the campus. I am now pleased to introduce a member of the Board of Regents, Dr. Michelle Gordine, who just happens to be a parent of two of our students. Dr. Gordine, please come on up.
Good morning to all of you. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and I look forward to seeing my two arrayed in the black and gold next year. I am absolutely delighted to join you and extend best wishes from the University System of Maryland on this tremendous day in this awesome facility. It is an honor to share this occasion with President Freeman Hrabowski, who has done such a remarkable job leading the University of Maryland, Baltimore County to new heights of excellence and national acclaim. By any measure, national rankings, research partnerships, public service activities, faculty accomplishments, student achievements, and let's not forget athletic achievement. UMBC stands as one of the finest universities in the country. I'm also very pleased and honored to share this day with your commencement speaker, Mr. Ted Mitchell, who is the former U.S. Undersecretary of Education and the current president of the American Council on Education. I look forward to his remarks. Most importantly, it is an honor to be here to recognize and congratulate you, the class of 2018. Today, you become an enduring part of UMBC's proud and impressive legacy. What you have accomplished has taken hard work, persistence, dedication, and grit. I know your family and friends also take a great deal of pride in what you've accomplished. They have shared in your sacrifice and certainly should share in your success. Today, you graduate from an institution recognized for excellence. And no matter what direction your life now takes, no matter what challenges you will next confront, know that your education here has prepared you well. Once again, congratulations, and thank you again for allowing me to share in this occasion.
Thank you very much. I'm now pleased to introduce UMBC's Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Philip Rouse, who joined us in 1990. He has been a former Dean of Science and will always be a Professor of Physics. Dr. Rouse.
Good morning. On behalf of the scholarly community that we call our UMBC, I would like to extend my congratulations to our graduates. Of course, we had very high expectations when we welcomed you as a member of the UMBC community. Those expectations were based on your promise as scholars. And today, we celebrate your fulfillment of that promise. The ceremony reminds me of the words of G.K. Chesterton, who said that education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. So today we acknowledge not only your accomplishment, but also in some sense the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. Today you will join our community of UMBC alumni who dedicate their lives to making a difference by advancing our understanding of our own humanity, our democracy, and the natural world that surrounds us. Your achievement represents not just your academic accomplishments, but the friendships that you have formed, the faculty who nurtured you, and the family and friends who supported you and helped you arrive here today. So I hope that you will see your achievement as emerging from within the context of a community that both knows you and cares about you. So as you look to the future, I believe that your fulfillment will derive from making the most of whatever talents have been bestowed upon each of you. And it lies in extending to the farthest limits the resources of your mind and of your heart. So in conclusion, I'd like to leave you with my final salutation. May you each enjoy a life rich in the knowledge that each day your work and your relationships have truly made a difference. Congratulations.
My colleagues are accustomed to my saying that if I had that British accent, I could raise so much more money because we love that. Give him another round of applause, indubitably, please. Thank you, Dr. Rouse. We have a number of staff and family members of faculty and staff graduating today. So if you're in the graduating class and you have a family member who's faculty or staff here, please stand. Let us see who you are. Who's graduating today with a few? Give them a hand, all right? I would like to recognize those students graduating today who are veterans or members of the military who are in the graduating class, and any in the audience who are veterans or military. Everyone stand, veterans and military. So nice, so nice, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your service. Many of our students today will be going on to graduate and professional schools around the country, from Oxford beyond the country, to Oxford, to Harvard and Stanford, and many others will be going on to companies from T. Rowe Price to Google and others. And then others will be in this area and beyond doing several things that I want to recognize. With all of those students graduating who are going to be teachers, please stand. The future teachers, please stand. And now I want all of those who are going to be social workers to please stand. Wow, that's wonderful. It's amazing. It's wonderful. We are delighted. Now I would like all of the UMBC alumni in the audience or faculty to please stand. Wherever you are, all UMBC alumni, stand up. Let me see who you are. All alumni. Wonderful, wonderful. We also are proud of students who have received highly competitive national scholarships this year. Please join me in, I'm gonna recognize several. We had actually 16 finalists for the Fulbright. A number of them have already received those awards, some from this afternoon, some from today, but I want Morgan Chatterton, Sophia Lepresti, and Manisha Vapor to please stand. Fulbrights, we're very proud of you, wherever you are. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. And Morgan Zepp, wherever you are, Morgan. Congratulations to all of you. And now I'd like to introduce the valedictorian finalists. Emily Grace in literature, Sophia Lepresti in global studies, and Stephen Doyle in history and economics. Would you please stand and be recognized? Excellent. You can visit the UMBC website to get the homepage, and you'll find a lot of scholars from all types of backgrounds. I do want to recognize our basketball team for making history this year. Give the basketball team. And we've got a couple of graduates in the class. We're very proud of them. I like the fact that our basketball players graduate. Give us a big hand for that idea. I'm now delighted to introduce our valedictorian, who's graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. I'm told that she's a second-generation retriever. That means that her parents are here somewhere, or family. So as I begin to talk about this valedictorian, I assume you know who that person is. I want the family members or parents to stand as I say this. You're around here somewhere, and I will say it now. A second-generation retriever. She has made the most of her time at UMBC by discovering a passion for supporting families dealing with trauma through research and behavioral therapy. She's conducted research on intimate partnered violence by investigating ways to support the victims. She has worked at internships, very prestigious internships, at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in an HIV addiction lab, and at the American Psychological Association and the Hussman Institute on Autism. She is a Sondheim Scholar who has combined service and academics. She's worked as a lead research assistant in the UMBC Trauma Lab. She's received many awards from the psychology department. She has received awards from the Shriver Center for her work with students with intellectual disabilities. We are also proud of her. She will be working as a behavioral therapist this fall, continuing her research and planning to pursue a PhD. Kara Seidel, please stand, and your parents wherever they are. Kara Seidel, please.
Good morning. That was weak. Do it again. Good morning. That's better. Okay. Senior year of high school, I was deciding where I wanted to go to college. There was one thing that I knew. I was not going to UMBC. Not only did both of my parents go here, as you have already heard, my brother went here, and now he works here full-time. So I did not want to live in his shadow. So I went to a different school, a small private school. I came home in a weekend, and I ended up helping my brother with a UMBC volleyball game. Against my wishes, the UMBC community sucked me in. I experienced an incredibly diverse body of students who had a desire to learn about and from each other. That desire to learn fueled teamwork and community. So believe it or not, I transferred to UMBC. Our community encourages us to ask questions, to understand the world around us, to create things that are missing, and to enrich our learning. We have had the opportunity to learn, not just in the classroom, but as members of a diverse, civic-minded learning community. Whether it is a graduate school, fellowship, work, how do we take what UMBC has given us into the world? There are 3 ways that we can do this: engage, contribute, and lead. First, engage. We have been encouraged at UMBC to talk with people that we didn't know. So let's do the same thing when we leave here. We know from our experiences the benefits of sharing. When the uprisings following the death of Freddie Gray happened, our UMBC community responded by holding a teach-in. Faculty members from all different departments came and presented their academic perspectives of what happened, why it happened, and its impact. This was a Friday afternoon, and yet the lecture hall where it was being held was completely packed, standing room only. So I encourage all of us to speak with, listen to, and learn from others, as these are the keys to engaging with the world. We can look for ways that we can connect with people. It is important to gain other perspectives, but to also learn from those other perspectives. This is the diversity component we have emphasized throughout our time here. The second way we can contribute, the second way that we can bring what we have learned at UMBC is by contributing. The unique thing about UMBC is that everybody has a different story, but those differences are not just tolerated, they're celebrated. We connect with other people. We learn their stories, and we invite them into our stories. The creator of Hamilton the musical, Lin-Manuel Miranda, invited 20,000 AP US history students to see Hamilton. He challenged students to create and perform their own pieces about members of our nation's founding. He contributed to the world of education by encouraging students to contribute to the understanding of the country. Miranda has helped revitalize our sense of democracy and history, and we can take a lesson from this. This roll-up-your-sleeves approach is what we can do to be strong contributors. The third and final point about taking UMBC into the world is that we lead. When the school shooting happened earlier this year at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, those students had no idea that when they walked in that day, their lives would change forever. Emma Gonzalez, a student who survived the shooting, is now an activist in the world of gun laws. At only 18, she faced the harsh realities of the world and took the lead. In a similar way, what UMBC has given us has prepared us to take the lead in difficult situations. We created events that respond to the community, but also spark our ideas into reality. Our UMBC experience of incredible diversity and amazing community puts us in a great position to engage, contribute, and lead as we go into the world. I know I am so glad I came to UMBC. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Just wonderful. Very nice. Well said, well said. And the point that I love is that you recognize we have a great country, and we know we can be even better. Give the country a round of applause. We know we can be even very nice. At this time, I'm asking Provost Rouse to join me for our next presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now confer our honorary degree. Dr. Ted Mitchell, please rise and step forward. Dr. Ted Mitchell brings a vast array of experience and accomplishments from across the higher education sector to his role as president of the American Council on Education. Throughout his career, Dr. Mitchell has had a long-standing focus on helping students gain access to post-secondary education and complete their degrees. He is seen as an advocate for innovation in higher education and has led many projects and initiatives aimed at encouraging new approaches to solving challenges and correcting public misperceptions related to core higher education issues. Dr. Mitchell has held many prestigious positions, including the United States Undersecretary of Education, Vice Chancellor and Dean of the Graduate School of Education and Information Studies at UCLA, and President of the California State Board of Education. He also served as a member of the Board of Trustees of Stanford University. Dr. Mitchell received his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees from Stanford University. We are proud today to honor Dr. Ted Mitchell with an honorary Doctor of Public Service for his dedication to students and to higher education.
I am honored to read now to my former fellow president of Occidental College. Now, therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland and given to me by the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and upon the unanimous vote of the Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, together with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations, sir. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ted Mitchell, President of the American Council on Education, for the commencement address.
Thank you. What a great morning, and how terrific to join you as a member of the class of 2018. Not only the first class to commence here, but the greatest class in the history of UMBC. And I won't be saying that about anybody else today, I'm afraid. So it is, it's quite an honor to be not only a part of the class, but a part of the UMBC community. And so I want to thank Regent Gordine. I want to thank Provost Rouse, Dean Casper, and Freeman Hrabowski. Most of all, I want to thank you for including me today. It's an extraordinary honor to share the stage with a man who is both a hero and a friend. When Time magazine named you one of the 10 greatest college presidents, it talked about your leadership here. Leadership that over just a little more than a quarter of a century built a little-known commuter school into an intellectual powerhouse, one that wins awards for teaching and innovation and sends crazy numbers of students from all walks of life to graduate school into great careers. Time also mentioned, don't you hate these things? Let's see if I can walk and chew gum at the same time. Time also mentioned your beginnings as a fighter for civil rights. Jailed for nearly a week in Alabama when you were 12 years old. You were a child, but your moral courage was fully formed, and you spent those nights in Bull Connor's jail comforting other children, singing and reading the Bible to them. On the day you were released, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. told you, "What you do this day will have an impact on generations yet unborn." We're getting on in years, and if I'm doing the math correctly, some members of those generations are here with us today. You've spent your life fighting for opportunity in a country where, unfortunately, that fight remains all too necessary. If you're not a hero, I don't know who is. So to the class of 2018, I gather you've had a big year. I suppose you're expecting me to talk about what happened here this year and maybe even celebrate a bit. The celebration I did was when you helped me get way ahead in my bracket. I do my bracket by graduation rate. And I have a second secret one about brackets for presidents I just like. So I was 2 for 2. But you know what? I don't want to talk about any of that. I've got a really boring policy speech to give. So I'm not going to talk about the night of March 16th. I'm not going to talk about a basketball game that was expected to be a quick win by UVA, or how just a couple minutes into the game, an entire nation came off the couch. I'm not going to talk about how you achieved what the New York Times called the college basketball equivalent of the moon landing. And while the team won the greatest basketball upset in the history of the college sport, in true reverence to the mission, Dr. Bowski, when asked about it, talked about inclusive excellence. More than the win last night, the New York Times reported, Dr. Rabowski said he was proud of what else was on display. A diverse group in the stands, in the band, and on the dance team. You saw in the UMBC community, he said, what America wants to be. What America wants to be. That's what we're going to celebrate today. Not just the incredible win on the basketball court, but international awards for the humanities faculty, world-class awards for graduating seniors today, chess championships, cyber defense competitions, nationally recognized vocal groups, a nationally recognized theater program. That's a heck of a list of accomplishments for what used to be called a little commuter school. You, today's graduates, have made America come off its couch and pay attention to what you've accomplished here. You, a student body that brings together the tapestry that is America and the world. People like to say about that tapestry that diversity is strength. That's true. But you've made that not just an aspiration, but a game plan. Where you grew up, how much money your family has, what you look like, how and whether you worship. As Kara said, those are a part of your story. But here, those are stories to be shared and celebrated, not impediments or obstacles along the path. Achieving excellence, no matter what your background, that's the greatest victory of all, and that's your lesson. Yeah, we have some things to celebrate. Here are some words for the class. Everybody thought it couldn't be done because it hadn't been done. And then we did it. Those aren't my words. Those are President Urbowski's words. He said them about that basketball win, but he also meant them about a different kind of challenge, one that has faced UMBC at its founding. Building a genuinely integrated college where students of different races and backgrounds all rise to the same high standards. Everybody thought it couldn't be done because it hadn't been done, and then we did it. That's a rallying cry. Yeah. That's a rallying cry for all of us graduating today, and I think it'll be our motto, the mantra you'll say to yourself as you're working to reach the next hilltop and the next one after that. And I know that this is not the first time you've done something that's never been done before. It definitely won't be the last. As you know better than anybody, the journey is sometimes pretty hard. And in those moments, hear these words. Everybody thought it couldn't be done because it hadn't been done. And then we did it. What you did during your time here is bigger than any single competition, any single year, any single victory. In fact, it's not even about competition. It's about creating an example that America now can't deny, an example for what America wants to be and what this country desperately needs to be. It's not about one glorious moment, it's about what you do and will do every day, and what UMBC has been doing for a long time. That, in short, is serving as an engine of opportunity for everyone, especially for students who come from families that haven't had those opportunities in the past. It's a lesson our nation needs to learn. Right now, as a country, we're pretty good at preserving privilege and advantage. We're not so hot helping people move up the ladder. In this country, if your parents rank high on income and education and have a high-skilled job, the chances you'll complete college are good, 60%. If your parents rank low on those things, the chances are 14%. 14, that's unacceptable. But you're breaking the cycle, and that does more than help you. It shows the country that everybody thought it couldn't be done because it hadn't been done, and then we did it. Yeah, you did. I'm a basketball fan, but here's what I think people should really be cheering for, that your graduation rate for students from low-income families is over 60%, far higher than the national average. That you're the nation's #1 producer of African-American undergraduates who go on to complete PhD programs and MD programs. That you're preparing teachers and social workers for a nation desperate for help for students and families who are on the wrong side of economic justice. That you send an incredible 40% of the graduating class to graduate schools, which include Harvard, Stanford, American University, Boston University, Georgetown, and Johns Hopkins in this year's class. That members of this graduating class will work in places ranging from Google and the Discovery Network and Disney to the National Museum of Natural History and the Peace Corps. That this is an institution of truly multiple excellences. The American College Theater Festival has honored UMBC 7 times in the last 25 years, and this at the Kennedy Center, and this year the American College Theater Festival will honor the dance program as well. Public policy graduates are working in local, state, and national roles to create a just and inclusive democracy. Boy, do we need you. And finally, and most broadly, your achievements across the liberal arts that have made you critical, creative thinkers, problem solvers, and collaborators. These are skills that are desperately needed in the dynamic and rapidly evolving world around us. Those are the skills that will help you thrive and, to Kara's point, to lead and to share what you have learned here, not just your courses, but your membership in this inclusive, excellent community. With your commitment to the ideals and principles that you have learned here, we have a shot at creating a strong, diverse democracy. And we have a shot at living up to our highest ideals as a nation. That's what we're celebrating today. So one more time. The truth is, what you did this year is awesome, but what you do every year is what's going to change America. But many of you didn't wait for me to come here and say that because you're already doing it. And there are so many stories of the work you're doing to help others along their journey. I'll call out just a couple. Morgan Zepp, we heard about your Fulbright earlier, but please stand one more time. There you go. As president of UMBC's REACH initiative, Morgan has already been mentoring high school girls interested in STEM, and she's going to be a Fulbright English teaching assistant in Lithuania. Manisha Vepa, same for you. Manisha, stand up again. There you are. Manisha's been tutoring in the Refugee Youth Project at Beachfield Elementary and Middle School, and as we heard earlier, is going to be on her way to a Fulbright teaching assistantship in South Korea. Emmanuel Moniz, are you in the house? There you are. Emmanuel plans to launch his own brand of men's streetwear. I volunteer as an action model. Based on his senior project at UMBC, and will work to encourage public discourse on gender, sexuality, and equality, in part through his forthcoming Wonder Boy magazine. Sierra Christian. In the house? There we go. After serving in the Peace Corps in Rwanda, Sierra interned at the Baltimore Neighborhood Indicators Alliance and led a workshop for 300 community leaders to learn about how to use data about their neighborhoods to advocate for change. Like so many of you, Sierra is going to continue to pursue her studies through a PhD here at UMBC. Sierra captured her experience better than I could, and I'll quote, "UMBC has taught me to believe in myself and in my capabilities and to use them to serve others." Yeah, that's what this is all about. UMBC helped make a path to success for you, and now you have the chance to help others along the path you've walked. Everybody thought it couldn't be done because it hadn't been done, and then you did it. Damn right you did it. Keep doing it. In graduate school, in your work, in your community, in the ways you carry the spirit of this extraordinary place with you. Everything here at UMBC has prepared you to reach your own mountaintop, and you're changing our country and this community already, and you're just getting started. Congratulations to the class of 2018, and thank you for the honor of joining you and sharing this day with you and with your families. Thanks.
Thank you for those inspiring words. Dr. Rouse?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to award our degrees. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science please rise? Dr. Rabowski.
Dr. Rouse.
Dr. Rabowski, I have the honor of presenting the candidates recommended by the faculty of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the state of Maryland given to the Board of Regents and the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and by them entrusted to me, I hereby admit you to the degrees which you have earned during the course of your studies here at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. In token whereof, you shall be given a diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining.
Today, each graduate will receive a memento from the UMBC Alumni Association. Joining us today, we have a member of the UMBC Alumni Association Board of Directors, Ms. Hannah Dyer, who will make the presentation on behalf of the association. Now will the candidates for Africana Studies, American Studies, and Ancient Studies please stand and walk to the stage under the direction of the commencement staff. Remaining candidates, please be seated until your row is escorted by the commencement staff. And please, ladies and gentlemen, we ask the graduates and their families to please remain in the arena until the ceremony is concluded. Thank you.
But we understand you're going to applaud for your kids. We get that. Enjoy yourselves today, all right?
We now present the graduates in Africana Studies.
Mariah J. Daly.
We now present the graduates in American Studies. George Kwaku Amankwa Boateng. Landon M. LaRufo, cum laude. Elizabeth Riddinger. Miranda Supino, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in Ancient Studies. Flora M. Kirk, magna cum laude. Virginia A. Moyer. Alexander N. Sudri. We now present the graduates in Asian Studies. Thomas Fisher, cum laude. Caitlin Riccardi. Megan Riccardi, cum laude. Ryan Daniel Turner. Gamza Inji Urian. We now present the graduates in dance. Regina E. Cameron. Raven B. Hardnett. Melissa L. Hudson, magna cum laude. Ainsley E. McDougall, cum laude. Alicia Outlaw. Monica T. Penzon. Brittany Oriane Pugh, cum laude. Dominica Yvonne Reeves. Maya Schechter, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in economics. Summer Akhtar, magna cum laude. Hadia Essam Alaskar. Stephen R. Alexander. Laura Sarah Ambrosic, cum laude. Dallas Baldwin.
Alec James Barber, cum laude.
Courtney H. Barnes, cum laude. Rohan Bala, magna cum laude. Kenneth Burke. Alyssa Catherine Caulfield. Richard Yuk Shang Chan. Yi Hang Chen. Hardik Chove.
Soren Clark West, magna cum laude.
Arthur Woods Cox IV, summa cum laude. Sean Jacob Curley. Kyle Roy Durand. Chika Ezian Yubuchi. Andrew S. Femiano. Joshua T. Ganis. Alban George, cum laude. Eleni Nikos Hajipanteli. Kirat Hamid. Jaden Joseph Huey. Shoba T. Kadavil, cum laude.
Devon Jerome Jones.
Han Gui Kim. Isaac Kim, magna cum laude. Stanley Ho Kim. Alex Fernando Lenoir. Ying Wai Liang. Ajmain Murshid Mahbub. Mariam Mahmoud. Catherine A. Malkowski. Noah R. Norman, cum laude. Oluwasheyun Pascal Odibo. Godwin Chimbuzo Okoro. Christine Ann Virginis Palasigi, summa cum laude. Jeet Parikh. Kripesh Podel, cum laude. Kyle P. Paxton. Kimberly A. Puccio. James Roman. Yiching Ruan. Michael Sack. Moiz Sadiq. Raza S. Sadiq. Durward Record Senft. Hunter Shelton. Ryan Spake. Joseph Robert Sherburne, summa cum laude. Vladimir Nelson Chunku Biamu. Nikola Trikovich. Curtis Thomas. Anthony Trainum. Christian Vasquez. Sheng Shi Wan. Ikra Khalid Wasim, cum laude. Brandon Paul Wright. Diamond L. Wynn. Zhuo Jun Shu, cum laude. Joseph Jr. Yufan Yu. Ika Bayer Zainuwer. Huang Wei Zheng. We now present the graduates in Emergency Health Services. Huda Ali M. Al-Ali. Hiba Thurgam Al-Alid. Ahmed Dabiyan Al-Hilal, magna cum laude. Muhammad Ibrahim El Al-Huthaili. Ziad I. Al-Katham. Mansour Khalid Al-Almuter. Haley Elizabeth Bast, magna cum laude. Lucas Carlin. Alexander M. Dillon. Benjamin Goldfarb. Michael Greenwell, cum laude. Abdul Hamid Ahmed Sugayir Madkali. Gregory Pearlstein. Alex Palaya.
Matthew Joseph Riley, Jr.
Mitchell Lee Swain. We now present the graduates in English. Louis Anthony Alberti, cum laude. Caitlin Anderson.
Joseph M. Baker.
Kara G. Campbell. Tamara Rose Carr. Taryn Carter, magna cum laude. Allison Cruz, cum laude. Tierra Day. Evangelia Galanis. Britton N. Gibbons O'Neill. Catherine Geeter, summa cum laude. Emily C. Grace, summa cum laude. Rebecca Hadaway, magna cum laude. Jessica D. Hassel, cum laude. Andrew C. Herforth, magna cum laude. Corbin Christopher Jones. William Leisure. Emily E. Merritt, cum laude. James A. Morgan. Chinelo Stephanie Ogialor. Zachary A. Riggins, magna cum laude. Noriana Robinson. Emily A. Roman. Emery Alexander Russo, cum laude. Palmer Zarko. Amber Melissa Turkin. Erin Kelsey Tyler, summa cum laude. Rasika A. Wikramaratne. Quentin Williams. Morgan E. Zepp, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in Geography and Environmental Systems. Gabrielle Winona Alban. Joseph Patrick Allman. Layla Telly Anthony. Bibhuti Banjade. Jessica Kaler. Chukwuma Elizabeth Chiamaka. Nicole E. Christ. Tess Alexander Gallagher. Jennifer I. Duval. Helen Cecilia Golimowski. Alyssa Sierra Hockaday. Kayla B. Johnson. Benjamin A. Jones. Kamal E. Khan. Malik Amal Hasim Logan. Amanda Lusk. David Andrew McCaskill. Jose M. Marquina. Lauren Nicole McDonald, cum laude. Santiago Munevar Garcia, cum laude. Isabella Dimitrova Nemcheva. Sal Pambuena. Whitney Nordine Pomeroy, magna cum laude. Jeremy K. Powell. Lauren Nicole Rains. Neil Bayan Rickson. Tessa B. Robinson. Adam Zora Siegel. Arti Shah. Laura Spadaro. Elias M. Weston Farber. Jessica T. Whitaker. Joseph Winters, cum laude. We now present the graduates in Global Studies. Rice James Makstravik Burgett. Fatu Gaya. Savannah Noel Gluck, cum laude. Caroline C. Greer. Jana Harris. Salam Kubran, magna cum laude. Acacia Levin. Sophia K. Lopresti, magna cum laude. Jason Michael Maselli, magna cum laude. May Kadri. Jennifer Santizo, cum laude. Charlotte Tanjang, cum laude. Megan Savista. Manisha Vepa, summa cum laude. We now present the graduates in History. Andrew Mark Arvizu, magna cum laude. Kyler R. Barbieri. Seth Bach, magna cum laude.
Ian P. Egan.
Brandon N. Galuska. Matthew Hand. Joseph Austin Gorel, cum laude. Timothy R. Johnson. Sam A. Light. Tamara K. Murther, summa cum laude. Morgan Miller, magna cum laude. Lindy Christina Mothershead, cum laude. Vincent Roy Peratrovich. Isaac Matthew Quentin Reed, magna cum laude.
Finney Roca, magna cum laude.
David J. Sittinger. Rodrigo Valenzuela. Scott James Williams, summa cum laude. Karen Yee. We now present the graduates in Media and Communication Studies. Pamela M. Allegre. Doreen Amin. Danielle P. Anderson, Mary Arsenault, Kelly P. Bennett, cum laude. Christy Allison Bisali, magna cum laude. Simone Booker, Gabriela Liz Brito, Sylvia L. Buglio, Brittany C. Burgess, Nicole E. Delabre, cum laude. Brittany Kaylee Freeman, Gisa Francois Gahima, Lucas Michael Gucci Garner, Jordan Xavier Grant, Daniel Matthew Goldstein, Megumi El Gomio, magna cum laude. Kevin Austin Harris, Darren M. Hartgrove, cum laude. Arnita Danette Heathington, cum laude. Frederick Allen Henderson, Evodia Hoff, summa cum laude. Telvin W. Hotobadure, Carolyn Louise Jameson, Kyle L. Jameson, Alexander Jones, Takina Ann Kindle, Rema Kokakin, cum laude. Carly Lesko, cum laude. Dalton Joseph Mays, Justin Kyer Milton, Chrysandra K. Medley, summa cum laude. Andrea Giselle Padilla Colomer, cum laude. David Chungwoo Park, Michael Alexander Fernandez Pecas, cum laude. Shelby Elaine Poffenberger, cum laude. Swati Prakash, Jasir J. Kidar, cum laude. Carol Rachevsky, Jordan Radway, Samar Rahim, Monica Lisette Rankin, Lena M. Rhodes, Caitlin S. Rodriguez, cum laude. Emma Sampson, Tony Ann Santonastasso, cum laude. Lee Lynn Schwarzenberg, summa cum laude. Chloe Scully, cum laude. Gita Shanbag, magna cum laude. Hippolito Vargas, Anna Lynn Whipple, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in modern languages, linguistics, and intercultural communications. Avon Alexander, cum laude. Bernadette Bedime Ewane, Carolina Bloom Brandon, Morgan P. Chatterton, summa cum laude. Evan M. Chernoff, Kelly G. Dunn, cum laude. Marion Regina Emmert Evans, Mary E. Farrell, summa cum laude. Adriana Guglio, Jose Cime Gutierrez Humana, cum laude. Heejin Jun, Chloe A. Just, Cindy Rebecca Menendez Chavez, Sarah Mule, magna cum laude. Jason L. Riggin,
Sharon Denise Rollins, cum laude.
Jillian Romanowski, Jacqueline Stephanie Saller, Catherine S. Silberholtz, magna cum laude. Brittany Stafford, Rebecca Claire Shaw, Libna Tohemi Telon Chali, Courtney M. Warwick, Tara C. Thronson, Samantha D. Whittemore, cum laude. We now present the graduates in music. Pamela P. Arroyo, magna cum laude. Tyler A. Fitzpatrick, magna cum laude. Lexis Angel Corin Hutchinson, Stephen Johnson. Yun Jun Jung, summa cum laude. Janine Emmanuel Kolenki. David A. Lopez, cum laude. Michaela Murphy, magna cum laude. Dana M. Perchalski, magna cum laude. Andrew J. Potvin. Joshua D. Sharrow, summa cum laude. Lauren Waller, summa cum laude. We now present the graduates in philosophy. Japjot Singh Goomer, cum laude. Arum Mahmood. Keith W. Rayner, cum laude. We now present the graduates in political science. Arnold Adja, magna cum laude.
Jeffrey Akami, magna cum laude.
Laurencia Apaya. Jessica Lynn Blackman. Tyler Bogley.
Jordan Marie Brown, cum laude. Diana Carrillo, summa cum laude.
Madia Alana Coleman. Carrie A. Cook, summa cum laude. Juan Isaac de la Cruz. Evan Alexander Drake. Felix Facchini, summa cum laude. Jose Godoy, cum laude. Ilana Gora. Anthony V. Grigoriev. Catherine A. Hardy, cum laude. Tatiana Hill. Bradley S. Ingram, cum laude. Jacqueline P. Johnson, magna cum laude. Dristi Kafley. Sophiane Kerdine. Colleen Marie Krazan. Tyler C. Lewis, cum laude. Megan B. Lynch, cum laude. Fabiha Mahmood. Tristan P. Mountcastle, magna cum laude. Veronica J. Mina.
Claire McCormack, magna cum laude.
Thomas McDonald. Marcus David McKenzie. Roxana Elizabeth Mejia. Morgan L. Nelson, magna cum laude. Megha Pandya. John M. Richards. Mark S. Schultz, summa cum laude. Samuel J. Shriver, magna cum laude. Alexander M. Stutzman. Philip C. Swanson, cum laude. Mary Angida Tesfaye. Emily Thomas, cum laude. Zachary Tolley. Nathaniel Wong, cum laude. We now present the graduates in psychology. Noel Eli Cuff, magna cum laude.
Samuel Abagama.
Hamna Ahmed, cum laude. Stephanie Allender, cum laude. Walter S. Alvarado. Felix Jojo Apa. Sidney Ray Arnold. Casey Miles Bennett. Vivian Bethia. Nurul Ain Bati, cum laude. Darcy Bozioni. Tori Taria Boyd. Nicole A. Bravo. Gregory Briantes. Kevin Bowie. Samantha Boucher. Kelly Allen Cardenas. Logan Corrin.
Kaylin N. Corciado, summa cum laude.
Jose Armando Cova Arajo.
Emily Rhodes Zarniak, summa cum laude.
Dylan Daniel, cum laude. Haley A. Delaney. Yodit Denu. Shane Patrick Dizon. Caitlin E. Doherty. Michael John Drabonicu. Livia Duran. Catherine Elizabeth Edwards. Allison Ellie, cum laude. Jasmine R. Engleton, cum laude. Sumer Farouk, cum laude. Jessica L. Ferris, magna cum laude. Malari Finamore, cum laude. Brian Lee Fitzpatrick, magna cum laude. Yaritza Flores. Kimberly Forney. Jordan Y. Furman. Jennifer Garcia. Layla Gilbert. Jade Glenn. Muna Ali. Olufun Malayo A. Daramola. Ying Ying Ding. Sarah Glees, cum laude. David J. Goldberg, cum laude. Jana Eileen Guglielmini, summa cum laude. Alan Gonzalez. Danny Michelle Gilly. Shanice Uniqua Harris.
Tanisha Hawkins, magna cum laude.
Emily S. Heinlein, cum laude. Jonathan Isaias Hernandez, cum laude. Felicia O. Holloway, cum laude. Kevin Shea. Kelly I. Huiza, cum laude. Leah Marie Hummer. Paige Madison Holler. John Huang. Aminata Jack. Nayla Yasmin Ferrer Johnson. Cheyenne L. Jones, summa cum laude. Ashna Joy. Suhaila Kabari. Manpreet Kaur, cum laude. Megan Kelly. Gazia Arub Khalid. Farzana Khan. Chance Taylor King. Bradley Klein. Laura Rhiannon Knox. Dana Cobrin, cum laude. Alexander Krasniewski. Phoebe Kuwarnu, cum laude. Nicholas M. Levers. Jesse A. Link, magna cum laude. Priscilla Lowe, magna cum laude. Ian Richard Liness Fernandez. Taylor McMillan. Jennifer Mai. Kelsey Marie Major. Ida R. Mansour. Sasha Belinda Mapambo Chupa. Lauren T. Martin. Isamar Victoria Martinez Pagan. Rachel McCauley, cum laude. Allison Mead, magna cum laude. Jenna Brooke Miller. Molly Grace Mika, magna cum laude. Kira Alexandra Morgan, magna cum laude. Delia Maria Miranda. Dana Roberta McDonald. Braden Moshang. Lucy C. Makuka. Angela Salome Molumba. Uluwasheyun Yomi Mustafa. Jamar Stephen Nash. Sarah M. Napini, cum laude. Emily Nicole Noon, Abigail R. Noyes, Zohra Noor, Miranda Nunez,
Jennifer Olivar, cum laude.
Taylor Oliver, cum laude.
Neil Orman, cum laude.
Judy C. Odili, Karen Oboya, Samin Frazier Panahi, Rima Parikh, Dara Patel, Alexandra Perrin, Rebecca J. Proctor, Pamela Pun, Jessica Nicole Ramirez Vasquez, Julio Reyes, Alexandria Recio, Rada Riaz, Morgan C. Richmond, Markia D. Reed, Genesis V. Rosario, Christina R. Saba, summa cum laude, Iman A. Saeed, Morgan Sadarananda,
Sarah Schulte.
Felice L. Schwartz, cum laude, Shane Shorter, Sadie Shrewsbury, Ariefa Sroor, Brooke Taylor St. Martin, magna cum laude, Kara J. Seidel, summa cum laude, Stephanie Suazo Galvez, Wuhib Tamrat, cum laude,
Emily Tillett, summa cum laude.
Dan Christian Flores Tinio, Jenny Vanessa Torres, Christopher Anderson Trotman, Sarah Catherine Turco, Nayla Turner, Tahira Rael Angelina Terrell, Ruth Vargas, cum laude, Aaron C. Wong, Eliana Walter, magna cum laude, Courtney Lynn Warren, Alexandra Waver, Kaylee V. Wilson, Emily Ophelia Wolf, Maya Gabrielle Wortham, Ngenge Yassin, Yuan Yunju,
Fatima Zia, magna cum laude.
We now present the graduates in Sociology, Anthropology, and Health Administration and Policy. Robert Ash, Michael Ernest Barber, magna cum laude, Chidera K. Agwu, Aiza Ashraf, cum laude, Ezine Azubuike,
Baguia Berry, magna cum laude.
Anna Teresa Nobe Bibu, Beatrice Boateng, Francisca Boateng,
Sheena Lucretia Bowles, cum laude.
Regis Lamar Buchanan, Justin R. Carter, Laura Mary Castaldo, Iram S. Chano, cum laude, Catherine Julia Chappell, cum laude,
Christine Coburn, magna cum laude.
Joshua Cho, Min Jae Cho, Alexis Alicia Kuser, Andrea Michelle Davis, magna cum laude, Maya M. Dunstan, summa cum laude, Teresa K. Eade, Irene Darko, Nia Drake, Samantha Nicole Freeze, magna cum laude, Thomas C. Gower, cum laude,
Samantha Holderfield, magna cum laude.
Alexander Richard Hulbig, Sung Jae Hwang, Yamari B. Jack, Caitlin Brianna Johnson, Jessley K. Joy, Akua Manzan Kanga, Esther Kornya Karimu, Sana Khan, Linda Lee, Charlie Dylan Lenovitz, cum laude. Kelsey Lawrence, summa cum laude. Naomi R. Martinez, magna cum laude. Antoinette Mason, Kevin Joel Morin, Rupa Mistry, magna cum laude. Devon Wayne Moore, Tendai Mahari, Raisia Alexa Mbola Miyinke, Debbie Olawuyi, Yamini Narayan, cum laude.
Chuzwutulu Shalom Akudo.
Michelle Hayun Park, magna cum laude. Tejasi Prashad, Melissa Nicole Parks,
Devika Ayana Petty.
Pooja Patel, Thomas Barry Paul, Joanna M. Petrosel, Joseph R. Portugal, Stacy Nicole Powell, magna cum laude.
Maya Pukanska, magna cum laude.
Virginta K. Romedi, Alexander Sarfarazi, Natasha Seen, Payal Sood, Elizabeth Modupe Sosanya, Lakaya Michelle Sims, Aragiro Stakias, Alyssa Marie Thurston,
Rico DeAndre Tuggle.
Imabang Isaac Udo, Fina Rachel Waka, Dupashika Pabasari Welikala, cum laude. Tara A. Wilson, Christian Yibeltal, Maya L. Willard, Nawal Youssef. We now present the graduates in theater. Jolie Pauline Cohen, magna cum laude. Grant DeGrosso, Cynthia Alexandra Davis, magna cum laude. Jason Clark Fowler, magna cum laude. Shubhangani Kuchibotla, magna cum laude. Heather Musher, cum laude. Andrew Jeremy Morgan, summa cum laude. Cody Michael Pettenbrink, Isabel A. Tibet, summa cum laude. Leah Elise White, summa cum laude. We now present the graduates in visual arts. Nuadiotu Asuru Anyanwu, magna cum laude. Elsa G. Young Bak, Paula E. Beck, magna cum laude. Adam Robert Biondelilo, Jessica Lynn Brando Brackett, cum laude. Willis E. Brown, Este Heimson, magna cum laude. Lauren C. Chen, Rachel E. Cleveland, Lauren Ashley Costa, summa cum laude. Haley A. Emmons, Grace Jacqueline D'Onofrio, cum laude. Nina Anagonio, magna cum laude. Samuel C. Enamana, Allison Everett, cum laude. Leslie Elizabeth Gray, magna cum laude. Viragi Gunasekara. Anthony Sean Harris. Jeffrey Hobbs. Isa Matilda Hoggard. Kelsey M. Hood, cum laude. Shannon L. Irwin. Jocelyn Coe, cum laude. Justina U. Kerbiel, magna cum laude. Vincent Lay. Olivia Margaret Lightman, magna cum laude. Tomas E. Loiza, cum laude. Ian Lothan. Aaron Justin Lovelace. Courtney P. Lovett, cum laude. Christina Lee Markman, cum laude. Giannis O. Michalis. Evan Samuel McCullough. Emmanuel S. Mones, magna cum laude. Asia Chanel Medley, cum laude. Shelby Alyssa Morales. Melissa Kikue Kwan, cum laude. Sean William Radoskevich, cum laude. Antonio Rankin, magna cum laude. Nicolette Shea Riggin, magna cum laude. Samantha Louise Selby, magna cum laude. Adori St. Lawrence. Kevin M. Stum. Myra Tariq, magna cum laude. Andrew Thompson. Justin Tran, cum laude. Tori Andrew Van Dyne, cum laude. Sonny Dach Wichai Narapan. Kenny W. Wong, cum laude. Andrea Rose Wozniak, cum laude. We now present the graduates in Management of Aging Services. Zulkarnain Chowdhury. Nathan David Ebelon. Melissa Angel O'Donnell. We now present the graduates in Social Work.
Sahomi Abalo, magna cum laude. Daniela Melissa Acero, cum laude. Adrisu Adam, cum laude.
Anawapo Initan Adigbasan.
Christina Allen, summa cum laude.
Aisha Ayub. Jana Assad.
Ramada Ba, cum laude.
Danielle Denise Baker. Rachel Nicole Brown. Ahawa Bundor. Jessica Maritza Kaye, magna cum laude. Emily C. Carrillo, cum laude. Renee Valentina Carrizo, magna cum laude.
Cynthia Cullum, magna cum laude.
Fatumato Y. Conti. Kaylin N. Cressetti, cum laude. Julia Diver, summa cum laude. Ryan Delaney Dunlop, magna cum laude. Weera Dwijati.
Yesenia Enriquez Arias, cum laude.
Elizabeth Nohemi Espederos. Sylvia C. Esperanza.
Katie Espinoza, magna cum laude. Diana Elizabeth Ferrofino Lopez, magna cum laude.
Sarah Jean Folk.
Meseret Gizwaz, cum laude. Jill McLaughlin Godfrey, magna cum laude.
Reina Marie Melgar Guzman. Catherine Guzzi, magna cum laude. Sabrina Lynn Hall, magna cum laude.
Robert Odin Hanks, cum laude.
Ramon Washington Hilliard. Heidi Brigitte Howard.
Matthew Hunt, summa cum laude.
Folashade Grace Idowu. Micaiah D. Jones. Tiffany Marie Jones-Lang.
Carmen Elgi Karid, cum laude.
Jennifer Catherine Keene. Kelsey Erin Kelly.
Sung Suk Kim, cum laude.
Ashley Christensen. Imani Lolanda Lipscomb.
Junette Janet Lazo, magna cum laude. Pamela Abigail Lopez, cum laude.
Mildred Mirella Lopez. Genesis Sarahi Mendoza. Gati Matini. Evan Allen Martin. Maritza N. Martinez. Beatrice Mendez. Kimberly Moreno. Tiffany Muldrow, cum laude.
Cindy No, summa cum laude.
Becca Nolden, cum laude.
Ebony Chizomebi Anuoha, cum laude.
Maureen Onwabenu. Cynthia Rosa Pazzi. LD Arceli Perez Olivares. Mary Gwendolian Pratt. Hannah Pursley. Karina Janet Ramos Pineda. Cynthia Yamileth Rivera, cum laude. Mariah L. Rivera, magna cum laude. Michelle A. Roque, cum laude. Daniela Rosales. Julia Rostkowski. Tara Schimpf. Justin Lee Schultz. Paige Simmons, cum laude. Jenna Stellaric Houston. Jane Catherine Stuthman. Devlin Teo. Lorenia Valencia, cum laude. Stephanie Vanchek. Stephanie Lane Weber.
Brianna White, cum laude.
Shoshana Bracha Weisman, cum laude. Dante Terrell Voitila, magna cum laude. Lydia L. Yosef.
We're almost there. First, you have been wonderfully dignified. We're almost there. Give yourselves a hand for being so dignified. I learned about another wonderful student who has a Fulbright Award. Flora Kirk, wherever you are, stand. Flora, stand up. Give her a round of applause. Yes. We're proud of you, very proud of you. At this time, I'd like to ask the graduating seniors in the Camerata to proceed to the risers located on your left. The camaraderie is under the direction of Dr. Stephen Caracciolo, who's Assistant Professor of Music. Please thank all of our talented musicians and their dedicated leader. Would you do that, please? I'd also like to thank Ms. Hannah Dyer, who's a member of the UMBC Alumni Board, representing 73,000 alumni worldwide. She's a 2011 graduate in political science and media and communications. She now serves as a policy analyst with the Maryland Department of Legislative Services in Annapolis. Please give Hannah a round of applause. And now, before I ask you to turn your tassels, graduates, please take this last moment to savor, to look around the room, to think about the symbolism of your families who've helped to raise you. This is as good as it gets. Just think about the love in this room right now. Enjoy this experience. And now, in this last couple of minutes, in this dignified ceremony, I will give you my last words. We will have the singing of the alma mater as people stand. Remember, when the alma mater is being standing, nobody moves out of respect for the university and for ourselves. And then we will have the processional, and then we can go out and celebrate. And so before I ask you to turn your tassels, let me share with you the words of UMBC's first president, the late Alvin Kuhn, who spoke to the first graduating class in 1970. And he said these words: "If you bring to the future the same personal qualities and commitment that you've brought to this campus as students, good and important things will happen to each of you and to those around you, and we will be so proud to have played a part in your lives." As you walked across, you were so grateful and kind. I couldn't help but say, and Dr. Mitchell, what wonderful young people these are. And now my words to you: know that if you persevere, you will reach your goals as you have today, though you are certain, as we all are, to be challenged and tested along the way. But just remember that your dreams, and most important, your character, will determine who you will become. Your character will be reflected most clearly in the courage you possess and in the compassion you show for others. Be true to yourselves and true in your relationships, always working to inspire and to elevate. I want the audience to give the concept of truth a round of applause. Truth. Truth. Young people, you represent the hope of America. Dr. Mitchell said it so well. You are who we as a country want to become. God bless you all. Give them a round of applause to the class. Finally, just remember, you will always be connected to each other and to us, because this will always be your home. We believe in you and you believe in us. You are UMBC. Class of 2018, you may now turn your tassels. Standing ovation for the class, please. Standing ovation. Standing ovation for the class. Standing ovation for the class. Standing ovation for the class. And please remain standing. We can all stand now. Please remain standing as we sing the alma mater led by the Camerata. The words can be found on the inside back cover of the program. Thank you very much.
Striving together in
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that dignity until the end. Round of applause for dignity.
Will everyone please kindly remain standing until the platform party, faculty, staff, and graduates have recessed. Families and friends are asked to meet the graduates outside of the event center. On behalf of the UMBC community, I wish you congratulations, everyone.